Hello everyone, and welcome to our assembly. This one today, this is my Friday assembly for St Nick's and my Monday worship for St John's. I'm going to light the candle first of all. I'd like us to say together, Jesus said, "I am the light of the world." Amazing having a candle, isn't it? It's a really lovely thing for us to be able to have. And a little bit later in the assembly, I'm going to ask you to focus on the candle while you listen to the things that I'm saying, which I think are quite amazing things to think about today. And I wonder if you ever think about how big the world is, how big the universe is. It's amazing, isn't it? It's huge, enormous. Just the size of the country that we're in is so big. There's no way anyone could ever visit every single bit of even just the country we're in, let alone the world, and certainly not the universe. It's amazing. Just think how many millions of stars there are out there and everything like that. And it just makes us feel really, really tiny, doesn't it? Really very small creatures within the world. And what I'd like us to think about today is how it's still possible for us to do amazing things, even though we are a really tiny part of the world. I just want you to think of a couple of people actually who've achieved some amazing things. So I want to start with Martin Luther King. Now, Martin Luther King was born in America. He was born an ordinary black African-American in the 20th century, and he came to lead a movement for peaceful change in America to try and get equal rights for black people. And that was an amazing thing that he did. Florence Nightingale, she was born about 250 years ago now, and she went out to be a nurse during the Crimean War, and she established schools of nursing, and the modern hospital system was all down to what she achieved. There's a lady called Mary Jones who was born in 1784 in a small village in Wales, and she wanted a Bible in her own language, Welsh, and that resulted in 1804 in establishing the Bible Society, and that's translated the Bible into over 1,000 languages. All these people have done, haven't done very big, aren't very, or didn't seem very important people when they were born, but they have done absolutely amazing things. The great thing is that we are all very young. You are all particularly young, not so much me, and that you can do amazing things yourselves as well. I'm going to just take for a second an apple. So I've got an ordinary apple in here, and I'm going to hold it up to the camera because I've cut into it, and you can just about see, if we hold it up to the camera, the seeds inside the apple. Now those seeds are absolutely tiny. I mean, this isn't a big apple, okay? You can see how big the apple is. It goes right into my hand like that. That's about half the apple, and it's completely disappeared almost. So it is a pretty small apple, and inside that apple, those seeds, you can see how close I have to hold it to the camera for you to see those seeds. But if you plant those seeds and look after them and water them and everything like that, then they will grow up into an apple tree. A really tall apple tree, produce hundreds, maybe thousands of apples over the course of its life, just from that one seed. It's an amazing thing for us to think about. And Jesus told a parable, and it was called the parable of the mustard seed. And he said this, he said, the kingdom of heaven is like this. A man takes a mustard seed and he sows it in his field. It's the smallest of all seeds, but when it grows up, it's the biggest of all plants. It becomes a tree so that birds come and make their nests in its branches. And what Jesus meant by that was that we can have something really, really small, and from something really, really small, something really big can happen. And I want us to think about that because we are all small parts of this world, but all of us could achieve something amazing if we really put our minds to it. And I want you all to be aware of that, to think about that. Think about what you could do that's absolutely amazing over the course of your lives. That would be a really important thing for you to do. Now, I want you to just look at the candle for a minute now. And I'm just going to say some things. And I want you to just focus on it and just think about it as I say these things. want you to picture in your mind the night sky full of stars. Think how many stars there are there. Way too many to be able to count them. Think of the huge number of people there are in the world. Similar number, maybe not quite as many as the stars, but a lot of people in the world. Think of the vast, wide world and think of yourself. What can you do to make a difference to the world? Now think of today. What are you going to do to make a difference to the world around you today? Can you say something kind to someone who's feeling sad? We do something to maybe help someone to do something difficult. Perhaps you could recycle something to just to do your bit for helping the earth. Maybe you could just cheer someone up with a smile on your face. Will those you meet today find that the world is a brighter place because of you? I hope so. Just think about that. What can you do to make a difference? Now, I'm going to share my screen now and I'm going to put up the Lord's Prayer as a song for us to listen to. If you want to sing along to. So here we go. Should be coming up any second. And I'm going to press play and we'll listen through and sing along if you want to the Lord's Prayer. Okay, so I'm going to blow out the candle, and as I do so, I'm going to say, loving God, help us to shine like lights in the world. And that's an even more important thing today than in other ways, because it's exactly what today's assembly was about, that we can do something special, something to make the world a different place. Have a lovely day, everyone. Bye.